Hello there guys and welcome back to Blues Fans TV for yet another Premier League live match review by myself as Chelsea went to Arsenal to the Emirates Stadium and lost 3-1. And there's very many different kind of reactions that I could have right now. I could be deflated. I could be speechless. I could be fuming. I could be ranting. I could also be crying after this possible comeback that we bottled in the end with Jorginho not scoring that penalty. But what is the point? You know, yeah, we can talk about the last few minutes being good and we almost had a comeback. We were awful. We were awful. And I'm not going to use this excuse of the penalty not being a penalty. And it wasn't. I'm not going to use the excuse of Xhaka scores one of these goals once every fucking 10 years. I'm not going to use the excuse that Saka didn't mean to score that cross. Those are all irrelevant. We didn't have a single shot on target until like the 85th minute. Not a single shot on target. Okay, fair enough. We hit the post early on. But at the end of the day, we were shocking. We were shocking from top to bottom, and something needs to happen right now. Because at the moment, it seems like, and it has seemed like that for the past month, ever since Hakim Ziyech got injured, and even he does most of the crossing, if you think about it. But the only thing we do, our only tactical plan is cross after cross after cross after cross after cross. It's shambolic. It's genuinely shambolic. But, you know, before we get into talking about everything, and I will talk about everything, be sure to subscribe to Blues Fans TV if you haven't already. That'd be massively appreciated. Smash the like on this video if you're watching this right now, on this live stream if you're watching this right now. Be sure to subscribe to our personal channel, to which the link is down in the description below, where I'll be doing a more in-depth analysis of this game over tomorrow on my channel. Just said it's my channel, but I will be doing that tomorrow over there. So subscribe to that so you don't miss that, because trust me, you definitely won't want to miss it. And just a couple of things, let me shout out our sponsors very quickly. Get Football Manager 21 with a discount of 10% if you use the code BluesFansTV after clicking the link down in the description. And if you want to order any of the new Chelsea kits or any football gear, full stop really, make sure you use the other link down in the description below and use our promo code BALLER for up to 65% off. But let's get into the game. Let's quickly get the lineup up that we used in today's game, because, you know, when I saw the team, I wasn't even displeased. And I know there will be a lot of Arsenal fans here today that will, you know, take the piss, and there will be a lot of angry Chelsea fans, and rightly so. But let's talk about the team first. This is what we started with, and I think we were all very happy with that. I think we were all incredibly surprised to see both Reece James and Ben Chilwell start the game. You could say in hindsight maybe they shouldn't have. I mean, we lost. It was pointless in the first place, but to even risk them. But they didn't look fully at their best at all. So maybe that was the wrong decision. But it was Edouard in goal. You know, the same back four that we had all along before the injury. So Reece James at right back, Ben Chilwell at left back, Thiago Silva and Zouma. The same midfield three. Well, not the same, but for the most part anyways. And got a Kante as the DM, Mason Mount as the left centre mid, and Mateo Kovacic got a start for once as the right centre mid. Christian Pulisic started on the right wing. Timo Werner again out on the wing as the left winger, and Tammy Abraham starting up top ahead of Olivier Giroud, with Hakim Ziyech again not even making the squad. And hey, we start the game and it's awful. I mean, Arsenal are all over us for the first 5 minutes, but that's 5 minutes. You know, 5 minutes. After that, we get into the game. Mason Mount hits the post from an unbelievable cross, and I'm sat there after 15 minutes saying, this is an unbelievable game, kind of end to end, but we're dominating now, we're controlling things now. And it's good, you know, it's good fun. There was this one moment where Christian Pulisic had this wonderful dribble. He passed it to Werner. Werner bottled a back heel to Tammy Abraham, completely underhit it. Otherwise, Tammy's through and, you know, at least gets a shot on target, which it bloody took until, let me actually get the exact minute up. It was the 85th minute, which we took until the 85th minute to, in the end, actually have. So, you know, it's honestly, what the hell is going on right now? So here we are. It's honestly ridiculous. Like, what happened after that? You know, after the 15th, maybe 20th minute, we just collapsed. Arsenal started to win second balls, because between the 5th and the 20th minute, we won all of them. They started to win every second ball. We couldn't get past their press anymore. They started to just play their long balls wide against Chilwell, and, you know, he pretty much lost every header. So then they actually made every ball fixed at the top, and then they had chances. You know, there was calamities of mistakes. Thiago Silva and Kante just gifting Arsenal chances, and they let us off anyway. And then in the end, how do they score? Through one of the most ridiculous penalties I've ever seen. I mean, fair enough. In live play, it certainly did look like Reece James tripped or touched Kieran Tierney. If you look back at the replays, Kieran Tierney starts falling over, and by falling over, touches Reece James's leg, falls over, and the penalty is given. What on earth? How on earth is that a thing then? VAR exists. Look at it. You see, it's clearly not a pen. I'm not even having this discussion of it's not a clear and obvious mistake. Yes, it is. Everyone knows it. Even bloody Gary Neville knows it. It's a clear and obvious mistake. Should never be a pen. But should that be an excuse? Absolutely not. Because, like I said, we didn't have a shot on target until the 85th minute. And that's just ridiculous. That's ridiculous. We're Chelsea Football Club. We signed all these attackers. We're meant to be really good going forward. We scored 29 goals already this season. And we should have had about 15 more if Timo Werner actually knew how to score a goal. But nothing. Absolutely nothing. And what happens just before the break, we got even worse, right? So we were already bad after the 15th, 20th minute. We were already bad. But then they scored and we got even worse. Like I said, stepped up and scored. We got even worse. And then to top things off, I don't know who gave that free kick away. I honestly don't know. But someone gave the free kick away for Granit bloody Xhaka to step up from like 25 yards or so and just smash one home into the top corner. Edouard is a tall bloody guy. And even he couldn't get his fingertips on it. What a ridiculous free kick. Like fair play, right? What can I say? But what a ridiculous free kick. We're going to halftime, and I'm like, please, Frank, please make changes. And what does he do? He makes changes. I think most of us were happy with that. He makes changes. He brings Callum Hudson-Odoi for Timo Werner. Obviously, there were people saying he should bring him for Tammy Abraham to play Werner up top. But at this moment in time, with how Timo Werner is playing, I don't think it matters where he plays. He can't control the ball. He can't pass the ball. He can't shoot. He had a moment where he was through and he put the shot 0 power on it and 2 yards wide. Like, he's just not good right now. It doesn't matter where he plays. He will just be awful. Callum Hudson-Odoi comes on for him. And the one that I understand until now, I don't get it. He brings Jorginho on for Mateo Kovacic to push N'Golo Kante forward as the right centre midfielder. I'm like, mate, we're 2-0 down. We're chasing the game. Why are you picking the more defensive formation? Or why are you bringing on a more defensive player? Well, I get that Jorginho gives us a little bit more control of the game, but we weren't seeking control of the game. We were 2-0 down. What we needed was to get back into the game. And this is ridiculous. This is like, honestly, what on earth is happening? If you think about it, like, how is that a thing? But anyways, we start. What can I say about the second half? Yeah, we had all of the ball. How much possession did we have in the end, actually? We had 60% of the ball. Great. I think it was like almost 70% in the second half. We had all of the ball. Didn't do absolutely nothing with it. Absolutely nothing. I mean, it took Callum Hudson-Odoi about 1 minute to actually do more than Timo Werner did the entire first half. Played a good crossing. Nothing came from it, but played a good crossing, which great. And then Arsenal had counter-attack moments. They had counter-attack moments, and then in the end, and what minute was that? In the 56th minute, they scored again. With one of the most ridiculous goals you'll ever see. Honestly, one of the most ridiculous goals you'll ever see. Bukayo Saka, with his weaker right foot, is at the edge of our box, like at the corner of the box, tries to go for a cross over to the other side to Martinelli. And the cross is so bad, it hits the inside of the far corner of the far post and goes in. What the hell? What the hell? I mean, Arsenal later, Martinelli tried an overhead kick. Mundi made another great save after that, and then he hit the bar. Mendy made another great save after that. Mendy gifted a huge chance to Lacezette, and then made a great save to stop him from scoring the 4-1 at 4-0 at the time. And then Callum Hudson-Odoi actually created a good chance, a good cross for once. Probably the first really good cross out of those at the time, probably 31. And Tammy Abraham scores with his chest, just about onside. The ref actually gave offside, but VAR ruled it on. Rightly so. Then Thiago Silva has a huge chance from a header, puts it slightly wide, and then we get a penalty because, what's his name? Marzi or something? The Greek centre-back. Is he even Greek? I don't even know. Mari. Where's he from? Do people know where he's from? Spanish. My bad. Anyways, Spanish centre-back brings down Mason Mount. Clear. Right. Who's a penalty taker? Well, Timo Werner is, but guess who wasn't on the pitch anymore? Who's our second penalty taker? Jorginho. And I won't lie, you guys know I like Jorginho. But he steps up, and I'm like, mate, I wasn't confident. I wasn't confident. And I am very confident that had he not bottled that, I think we could have gotten a draw out of that, because I think Arsenal would have absolutely crumbled. I think Arsenal would have absolutely crumbled had we scored that 3-2, and we would have at least, excuse me, the 3-3. There was only like 4 minutes left, so turning it around completely to 4-3 would be a bit ridiculous. Bloody hell. Got such a dry throat. I do apologize, guys. But But yeah, Jorginho misses, and that's that. We even have another half chance after that for Pulisic. But honestly, what the hell? What the hell is that? Honestly, Frank, for the past 3-4 weeks, the only thing we've done is cross the ball. None of our midfielders do anything. You guys know I like Mason Mount, and I rate him very highly. But none of our midfielders do anything. Like, we actually play all right with the centre-backs and the full-backs and the midfielders. We keep the ball well and we progress it and shit. But as soon as we get to the final third, nothing happens. The only time anything happens is when we give Pulisic the ball and he dribbles. That's the only time we ever create anything. As soon as Timo Werner touches the ball, we lose it straight away. I mean, he almost gave away a goal as well with the most ridiculous misplaced pass I've ever seen. In the end, it actually led up to him having a chance and bottled that like as badly as you can ever do. I mean, yeah, in the end, a good tackle by Rob Holding, but what's Timo doing? Stopping and going on his weaker left foot? Go on your right and shoot, mate. It's not like you can't even score anywhere. Like, anyway, why are you shooting on your weak foot? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And honestly, the whole team was bad. I'm going to make 3 exceptions of people that were good. Edouard made that mistake for Lacazette's chance, but made up for it. Can't do nothing about any of the goals. Good performance, I guess. Because he made a couple of good saves as well. Zouma was a monster. I don't think he lost a single duel. Maybe he did, but didn't feel like it. Didn't see him misplacing any passes. Good performance. And Christian Pulisic. Everyone else was awful. Everyone else was absolutely diabolical. Reece James gave away the penalty. Yeah, okay, maybe it isn't a penalty. But, you know, Tierney absolutely mugged him off to even get to that spot, right? So don't even get to that position, right? Don't even let him get there. And yes, should Reece James have played? I don't know. He was outpaced constantly today, which he usually isn't. He's not the fastest, but somehow usually manages to not be outpaced. Today he was. Seemingly his knee isn't right. Ben Chilwell on the other side, I think he had about 1 or 2 crosses because everything came from the right, and that 1 or 2 crosses were poor. And I didn't really see him do much well defensively. He lost too many headers against whoever it was, whether it was Bellerin or Saka. Just not good. And Thiago Silva, even though he was overall good, he had 2 shocking mistakes that almost led to goals. So I can't really say he was good either. And yeah, Callum as well. But from the guys that started, Callum Hudson-Odoi, of course, came on for Timo, like I said. And in the end, Havertz came on for Kante, which didn't do anything. But I will get to Callum Hudson-Odoi. I will praise him as well, but from the starters. Okay, so 4 if you include Callum Hudson-Odoi. Kante, 1 misplaced pass after the other. No defensive coverage, no attacking help to anybody. Mason Mount works his socks off, but loses too many duels. And when he gets on the ball, he tries to do passes, but actually I think Mason Mount wasn't even that bad, but he plays a good pass, and then whoever he plays it to just does nothing. Just does absolutely nothing, and he's too deep because when Kante plays, he's the one that helps a bit more now, especially when it's Havertz with Kovacic half so. And Mateo Kovacic, see, that's a weird one. Mateo Kovacic, people will say he looked good because he had that lovely flick that how he controlled the ball and took it with him and then inched it past Mari, who arguably could have been sent off. Shouldn't have been. Don't know why he wasn't sent off for giving a penalty away then, but fair enough. As a second yellow. But Kovacic, yeah, he can dribble. But at the end of the day, he does nothing with it. He doesn't play any important passes. All he does is give us about 10 yards, which is great. But if that's the only thing you do, that ain't good enough. And that's kind of my problem with Mateo Kovacic. Whenever I really need him to perform, he does absolutely fuck all. Every time. Every time I'm like, Mateo, you need to start and you need to do this and you need to do that. He never does it. He never does. He absolutely never does, honestly. Diabolical. Diabolical. And then we come to the front 3. Timo Werner, I barely want to talk about him. He's so bad. He's so bad it's making me miss Alvaro Morata. And I'm still not having this excuse. He's playing out wide. I don't care. If you played in the middle, and first of all, who on earth can you actually see in our team without Hakim Ziyech to play those through balls that he needs to attack the space? If we had that possibility, Tammy Abraham is actually fast. People don't realize that. But he's actually fast, right? So if we had this possibility to just play a through ball, to just attack the space in behind, if we could do that, we'd already be doing that. So just him starting up top wouldn't do nothing. And even if he had 15 chances every game, can you, in his form right now, see him actually take one? Because I can't. I mean, he can have as much space as he wants. He could be on the bloody moon, floating around in space. Even then, he wouldn't bloody score. It's pointless. It does nothing. He comes off, Hudson-Odoi comes on, best player in the second half with Christian Pulisic. At least we had 2 players doing something in the front line. And Tammy, even though he struggled a lot, he won a lot of balls. Didn't always, keep them. Wasn't quite as good as he was against West Ham. There's a lot of people criticizing him very harshly, especially in the Austria-Chelsea group chat. But I don't know, maybe it's because he's black. It wouldn't surprise me, to be honest. But it's ridiculous. He was decent enough, scored in the end. The only guy that actually looked like properly trying and properly angry at things not happening. Jorginho, I criticize him for missing a pen later, obviously. But there was this one moment, we were 3-0 down, and you see Leno taking a goal kick, and you see Jorginho standing in the middle of the pitch and shouting at everybody, move there, do something, come on, boys, do bloody something. And no one was doing nothing. No one was doing nothing. From top to bottom, no one was doing nothing. But hey, obviously I know a lot of people take the piss, but if you're new here, please be sure to subscribe. That'd be brilliant. Smash the like button, and also subscribe to my personal channel. Link is down in the description, or it's just called Lampard Vescoli. Just type that into YouTube. Subscribe to that. I will do a more in-depth analysis of this game over there tomorrow evening. It's honestly bad. It's honestly. Oh, I missed the super chat. Richard Grace, cheers for the $10 donation. This team is starting to be a deja vu of last season, looking like Pulisic FC. Well, Pulisic has to drive at defenders and take on the whole team and set up teammates. Yeah, that's honestly what it looks like. That's honestly all it is. That's honestly all that happens. That's honestly all that happens, and crosses. And even Pulisic half the time was the cross. And there was this one moment early in the second half, I feel like it was, Pulisic had a moment to shoot with his weaker left foot, and he just doesn't. And he plays it again into Chilwell, I think, for a cross. So then I'm like, what is this obsession in our team? What happens in training for this obsession with crosses? Like, crosses are a really difficult thing to actually pull off, right? Because especially if the opposition sits deep, there's so many players between the guy that crosses the ball and the guy that's meant to receive the ball, and it's so difficult to put enough power and enough position on it and then to still score. Why is the only thing we do crosses? Please, Frank, explain that to me. I'm sure that's not what he actually wants us to do, right? But I don't see nobody in our midfield doing anything. Like Mount sometimes does, right? But he's the only one. I don't ever see Kovacic creating goal chances. I don't ever see Kai Havertz creating chances. I've obviously never seen N'Golo Kante create a chance this season. Jorginho plays too deep to create chances, and the same excuse obviously goes for Kante when he plays deep. All we do is cross from Reece James after cross from Reece James. And then in the second half, it was also cross from Callum Hudson-Odoi. And Callum Hudson-Odoi, try Werner up top. Fair enough. Maybe that's the thing we should try against Aston Villa. I don't know. At this point, I don't know, because I don't have the solutions anymore. I honestly do not have the solutions anymore. Maybe we should try it out. But one thing's for sure, before you start Timo Werner on the wing, if Hudson-Odoi is fit, you start him. Because on the wing, he's about 50 million times the player that Timo Werner is, at least in current form. And current form, that is an issue. And, I mean, we can talk about so many different things, right? Talk about Lampard out, Lampard this, Lampard that. What will that change, right? People need to relax. I know we lost 3 out of the last 4 games, and I know it's bad, and I know we shouldn't have, but sacking a manager right now won't change nothing. I mean, I'm always the guy that, says keep the manager, other than for Conte because he triggered me. But in general, I said keep Sarri. I'm saying keep Lampard. I just want consistency, right? But one thing that I do need to question is, all right, we play the same system every time. We know that the 3-4-3 that Lampard plays can work. And Lampard sees them on the training pitch, probably in other formations, and sees what works. And then I see these players on the pitch, and people can talk about bloody Lampard. People can talk about Lampard all they want. But at the end of the day, this formation with these players worked a month ago. And now these players look like half of the time, for the most part for the majority of the game, the majority of every game recently, they look like they can't be asked. We're not running. We're losing every second ball. There's no intensity. It still looks like we left every single piece of energy that we had at bloody Leeds. I mean, they were playing at the Bridge, but against Leeds. It's like we're physically dead since then. And people talk about 4-2-3-1. Well, that's going to make us create more chances, isn't it? Having one less attack and player. Brilliant idea. Because that's going to solve all the bloody problems. As if we didn't have problems at the start of the season with the 4-2-3-1. Are you just forgetting shit? Like, do you know what I mean? See, that's the thing. We play 4-2-3-1 at the start of the season. It doesn't work. People say, play 4-3-3. Then we win with 4-3-3. And then somehow people just start forgetting that 4-2-3-1 existed this season. We start losing a couple of games and say 4-2-3-1, 4-2-3-1. Mate, it's ridiculous. And people talk about Ten Hag, people talk about Tuchel, people talk about everybody. Oi, what is the point, right? What is the point? I don't personally see much point. No. Kante was diabolical. Every time he receives the ball under pressure and with a bit of pace, he passes straight out for a throw-in. It's happened 3 times. And this happened 3 times in the last 3 losses that we had. Every game he has this. Every single game, he gets a ball under pressure. He tries to pass the ball first time, plays out for a throw-in. Every time. And if Jorginho did that, he would be scrutinised up and down the bloody country. I mean, he is right now for the penalty. Not that it bloody would have made a difference, probably. Might have gotten a 3-3. But no one actually knows this. But Kante, of course, the nice little Kante, the smiley boy, he's not getting any criticism. Just like Timo Werner, the German guy, he can't get any criticism. But we annihilate bloody Tammy Abraham every bloody day of the week. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You need to be fair to all the people. And I know I'm not fair with Timo Werner. I get that. Victor Acco, cheers for the £5 donation, bro. I really do appreciate that. Why does Chilwell on or Reece James not take on players like Tierney? Fullbacks early on season stayed high and wide like versus Newcastle. Well, it obviously depends on how dangerous the opposition are. Because if they stay high and wide and then we get hit on the break, then we're in trouble. It's like that. And I'm still not 100% sure whether Arsenal today play with the full 3 at the back or 4 at the back, to be honest. Because, you know, Sheffield United have overlapping centre-backs. So just even if Tierney played left centre-back, that doesn't mean he can't overlap. I guess it was a 4-2-3-1, 4 at the back. But still, you know, I don't think it's quite that easy. I don't think it's quite that easy. You lost to us. Honestly, bro, that's what I felt like. But if any of you watched my preview yesterday, what's going on? Who expected any different? This is the new Arsenal. Arsenal are the new West Ham. You know, yes, I can even take the piss after we lost. You can play as badly as you possibly want. The one game that you're 100% guaranteed to turn up in is against Chelsea. Look at your performance tonight. You haven't played like this for 3 months. Maybe in the bloody Europa League. I mean, hey, to be honest, when I saw the lineup and people saying, oh, Aubameyang isn't playing, this guy isn't playing. When I saw that you had 3 people that didn't play a single Premier League game this season, I was like, oh, well, now we're in trouble. Because all these players that played all season, they're the ones that get you in trouble. No David Luiz in the squad. I mean, Gabriel is decent, but no Gabriel in the squad either. No Willian even in the squad. Maybe Arteta confirmed that they are, you know, agents. David Luiz not, because you beat us in the FA Cup final, I guess. But still, it's shocking. It's shocking. Arsenal is just a small club. I don't care whether you beat us today. You're a small club. Because like West Ham, you turn up against Chelsea and that's it. And that's honestly it. But another £5 donation, $5 donation, my bad, from Amsterdam. Lems can't take all the blame, but we need answers from him. Whatever decision the board makes, I will understand, but I need answers. Still love Lems. The board isn't going to make any decisions. People need to relax. Every club drops points week in, week out, right? So even if we look like we're far off top 4 right now, let alone the title is gone, right? Let's just accept that. I know I said it, we could win the Premier League title. Obviously not if we lose 3 games in 4, like we have in the last 4 games. Top 4 is still more than odd. Like, just because everyone keeps dropping points. Had we won today, we would have been second. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not the difference of one. Like, it's not, let's sack the manager. And the manager can only do so much. You sign a player like bloody Timo Werner, and we know that Timo Werner is a good player. It's not like he signed a bad player. But the guy's just in shocking, horrendous form. And similar goes for Kai Havertz. You know, I mean, that is a bit of an issue. Why did he not put Giroud on? Because Tammy Abraham scored. Maybe that's why. Have you thought about that? Just a suggestion. Are you not embarrassed? I am very embarrassed. And a couple drop another 3 on Monday. Yeah, and that's the next thing. The thing is, we play again on Monday. It's Saturday, by the way. I know around Christmas, I also forget the day of the week. Today is the Boxing Day, 26th. We play again on the 28th. Okay, Villa play today as well. Had, what's his name? Tyrone Mings sent off at 1-0, and they go to win 3-0 against Crystal Palace. What? How's that then? I mean, God knows how much rotation there will be done next week. And I will get to a couple more of you guys' comments, but, you know, not much, because I'm just angry today. All these plastics will be happy when Lampard gets us back to winning. Yeah, of course they will. If the game plan was to cross, then Giroud should have started. Maybe, but Tammy scored from a cross. The game plan was to cross against Wolves, and he didn't score. All he did. Oh no, he did actually. He did score from a cross. The game plan was to score, was to cross against Everton, and only didn't score. It's not that simple, It's not that simple. And like I said many times, Tammy actually allows Werner to be involved in the middle as well. Olivier Giroud doesn't, which is the main reason why Tammy gets more games over Giroud. But to be fair, Werner doesn't do anything anyway, so you might as well try to start Giroud. But I think after the last game, Tammy more than deserved to start. Got a goal again. But just stop playing Werner on the wing. Try him up top if you want to. But now that we have players available and players fit, just don't play him. If you're going to play him on the wing, just don't. It's ridiculous. Lampard out regardless. People need to relax. Lampard out, Lampard this, Lampard that. People need to stop asking to change the manager. Arsenal didn't sack the manager and they were 15th. I'm not sure. They might still be 15th. I don't know. To be fair, I mean, some of their fans are asking to sack the manager as well. But it's ridiculous. Kai is more trash than signing of Torres. I mean, there's a lot of time left to judge that, but yeah. Our game plan all year has been crossing. Why do you think other teams have figured us out? Why do you think our defense has so many goals? Time to change tactics. Yes, but it was less crosses when Ziyech played. Obviously, it's still kind of crosses, but it's different kind of balls. It's that is a part as well. And people talking about tears coming out. I mean, obviously, I'm frustrated. Look at yourselves after losing to bloody Burnley. Do you know what I mean? Do you think we need more subs, mate? It doesn't matter. Stop finding this excuse. Arsenal only have 3 subs. We only have 3 subs. It's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. Too big a job for Lampard. Bollocks. Lampard out. ASAP. Comment was gone again. You can see a plan with Arteta. You can't see a plan with Lampard. What was Arteta's plan? Today, yeah. What was usually Arteta's plan? Not create nothing, give penalties away, and concede red cards? Is that Arteta's plan? Because if so, I agree. But, mate, bro, white seeds. I tried to click that. I can take the L. All I've done today is criticize the manager and all our players. That's all I've done. I've even said, the first thing I said is, I'm not going to use the not actually a penalty, or the not intended goal because it was a cross, or the most ridiculous free kick you'll see. Why is everyone scoring these ridiculous goals against us? Rashford a couple of years ago, now Xhaka. Has Xhaka even ever scored a free kick in his life? I don't know. It's ridiculous. But, I mean, OS, I don't know why you're tweeting my tweet. I tweeted this earlier. I said, at this point, we might as well consider getting Peter Crouch out of retirement because our one and only tactic is cross after cross after cross. I tweeted this. I don't know why you put this in a comment if I tweet it, but fair. Do you even... Again, gone. But another $10 donation. I appreciate that. Anyone else shocked when Lampard had made all 3 subs by the 75th minute? No, this is kind of a joke. I mean, I was shocked. I was shocked that he making 2 subs at halftime. I expected Hudson-Odoi to come on, to be honest. I wasn't sure whether it would be for Werner or Tammy, but I expected that. But Jorginho to come off as well. Crazy. Allegri in. Don't know whether you're an Arsenal fan or a Chelsea fan, but I certainly do not want Allegri anywhere near Chelsea Football Club. I definitely do not. Is Werner your penalty taker? I mean, yes, but he wasn't on the pitch anymore when we got the penalty because he's too bad. Lampard was fuming in the interview. I mean, great, but Frank, maybe you do something about all we do is crossing. You can talk about lack of intensity, lack of belief, lack of, I don't know, trying. I agree with this. It is an issue. But, do you know what I mean? Stop just being angry at the players. What did someone just say? Every time I bloody watch you, we lose. Well, then either stop watching me or watch me when we win. It's not like I don't do these after we win as well. Why do we spend most of our game time passing in our defense? Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know. But, guys, I'm going to... bloody hell. What's going on today? But, guys, I'm going to leave it here. I really do appreciate every single one of you that has tuned in. Like I said in the beginning already, please be sure to subscribe to Blues Fans TV if you haven't already. Smash the like button. If you're here right now, whether you're an Arsenal fan, Chelsea fan, or whatever else, at least drop a like to cheer me up a bit because it was a tough one to take tonight. Let me shout out our sponsors quickly. Get Football Manager 21 with a discount of 10% if you use the code BluesFansTV after clicking the link in the description. And if you fancy any football match, any football gear, make sure you use the other link down in the description below and use our promo code BALLER for a discount. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave it at that. let me just quickly shout out my channel where we'll do a live review, or not a live review, an in-depth analysis called What We Really Learned from tonight's game. I will do that tomorrow over there in the evening. So be sure to subscribe for that. Be sure to tune in for that. Link is down in the description. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hey, I'm not going to jump on the Lampard out train. I'm not going to jump on. I criticize, but hey, how does the saying go? It's upwards and onwards. We can only improve. So let's hope it goes better. And in just 2 days' time against Aston Villa. Hey, up to Chelsea. Like I said, upwards and onwards. And I'll see you when I see you.